Hi everybody, welcome to this new video of the GenAI Nerd channel. And in this video I want to explain how I'm using different image generators to create thumbnails for my YouTube videos. And everybody that has tried to create a YouTube video will know that creating a thumbnail is one of the most painstaking activities for creating a YouTube video. And so let me show you how I have now tried to automate this part with two image generators. On the one hand, the image generator of OpenAI, and on top of that, the editor, so where you can edit images of Flux from Black Forest Lab. So let me show you how I approach that. So the first thing I do is I go to ChatGPT, to the traditional ChatGPT 4o model, and here is actually the prompt that I'm using. So here I ask it to create an engaging thumbnail for a YouTube video for my GenAI Nerd channel, and I actually give it some visual recommendations. So what kind of colors should it use, what kind of fonts it should use, what kind of design elements should be present, and then I also add the title of my video. So this is simply the prompt that I write. I then also give it a picture of myself. So this is the picture from which it can start. And based on that, actually the image generator would create this image, which I think is already quite nice. But still, I would like now to fine tune it, optimize, and of course, depending on the thumbnail, I might want to change the clothing in the picture. Now, if you want to do that in the image generator of OpenAI, it's often quite difficult to do it. So you can do it by clicking on the image and then you can start trying to fine tune it. But in my experience, most of the time, this does not work out very well. So now I could try to say, can you give the person a more sporty look? So we can try it out. And this, of course, will now take some time, but we will see in like 1 more minute what the result is of this editor. Yes, and here we can see the result of what has been generated. And actually this time the result was actually quite good. So the text is still the same. I have now a more sporty look, but I would say that my face has changed quite substantially. So although you could still see a resemblance, I would say it's not really exactly the same person. And that's an experience that I have often with trying to edit images in ChatGPT, that when you start changing the image, that also the face starts changing. Now it's still okay, but often then the face is getting quite weird. So this time it was still quite okay, but still not perfect. And my experience is that actually Flux, this new image generator of Black Forest Lab, is much better. So let me show you what I can do in Flux. So here we are in the playground of Flux, and so in the playground you have different options. So you can generate images, but you can also edit images. So if you click on edit, you can simply upload an image. And so now I will upload the image that I created before in ChatGPT, and now you can start prompting to edit the image. And I've tried this before, so let me show you a bit the results. So if I go to my history, you can see my edits. So I tried once to change the clothing into a fashion icon, to give myself a more sporty look. That's here, and here also to kind of create an influencer. And of course, some of the images are more successful than others, but I think there are some very nice ones, like this one, for instance. Here you still see kind of the face that I have, but now my clothing is quite different. And I could even make myself much more sporty if I wanted. And this looks still quite realistic, I would say, if you would think that I'm a sporty person like this. So I think actually this editing tool in Black Forest Labs is much more performant in terms of making changes, but still keeping the face quite kind of authentic. So for editing, I tend to use this application. So for me, the combination of generating a first image in ChatGPT and then editing in Black Forest actually is at the moment the most successful approach. Whereas actually generating in Black Forest has its limitations. So I actually also tried to create a thumbnail, and then you can see it was actually struggling with the word thumbnail. So it was always saying thumbnails, and it was actually very difficult to adjust that. So that's then again the limitation of Black Forest. So both tools seem to have advantages and disadvantages, but actually in combination, they can be very powerful. So I hope that can help you with your own image generation, and thanks for your attention. Bye.